Hello everyone, I hope you found that factorising quadratics went okay. I hope you found that it was probably a little bit easier than you were expecting. So, here we are then, back to do some more. So, first question, what is different if there are negative numbers? Okay, so what's going to be different this time? Well, let's have a look at an example. So, as before, write out the question. And again, it says factorise. We can look back at yesterday if we're not sure what factorise means. And this time, x squared add 2x, take away 15. All right. So, we know that factorise is to do with multiplication. So, we draw out multiplication grid. Just as yesterday, x squared can go into that box. And it's made by doing x times x. And negative 15 will go into this box. And I need to find two numbers that multiply to make negative 15. Now, as I've always said, when you're dealing with negative numbers, don't worry about the sign to start with. Worry about the size of the number. So, I'm going to look not at negative 15, but at 15. 15 can be made by doing 1 times 15 or 3 times 5. Those are the only factor pairs of 15. So, one of these pairs of numbers is going to go here and here. One of them will be positive and one of them will be negative because we need a positive number times a negative number to make a negative answer. Okay. Now they'll also multiply by x here and by x here. So we'll have some amount of x here that's going to add up to make 2x. So some amount of x plus some negative amount of x adds together to make 2x. And what I'm going to tell you is that 5x and 3x, we can use these. One of them will be positive, one of them will be negative. Okay? So it's going to be a 5 here, and it's going to be a 3 here. When I multiply these, I'll get 15. If I make one of them negative, I'll get negative 15. Okay? So how is it going to work so that these two combine to make 2x? Well, if I add 5x to negative 3x, I get positive 2x. So that means that this is negative and this one will be positive. So what I've got is that x squared add 2x take away 15 is equal to x take away 3 times by x add 5. Okay, so what we do is we find a pair of numbers that multiply to make 15, positive 15, and this is the trick, also subtract to make 2. Okay, so our 3 and 5, if we do 5 take away 3, we get 2. Okay, that's the best way to think of it, I think. So what is different if there are negative numbers? Well, we're going to find numbers that multiply to make the number on the end, just as we did before. But this time, instead of them adding to make the middle number, they subtract. All right. So this minus sign here tells me I'm going to have two different signs, one positive and one negative. Okay, and okay, so the sign in the middle matches the sign of the bigger number. What do I mean by that? So plus here, 5 is bigger than 3, 5 is plus. That means then that 3 is negative. Right, here's one for you to have a go at. Copy it down and then pause the video and have a go at this yourself. So it's x squared, take away 2x, take away 15. Not that different to mine. Pause the video, see how you get on with that. And here we go. Multiplication grid. Copy x squared into that box. Copy negative 15 into that box. X squared is x times x. 15 could be 1 times 15, could be 3 times 5. I want the pair that subtract to make the middle number, which is 2. It's this pair here. So I'm going to put 5 here and 3 here. That gives me 5x here and 3x here. And I'm going to put the sign in the middle in front of the bigger number. So the sign in the middle is negative. 5 is bigger than 3. I'm going to make that negative there. This tells me the signs are different, so if that one is negative, this one is positive. And that means that all I've got to do now is copy out what my answer is. So this will be x, add 3 times by x, take away 5. Looks almost identical to the previous one, but notice this is positive where that's negative, and this is negative where that's positive. So what kind of a summary do I want to take away from this? Well, I'd say, as always, take care with negative numbers. Remember, if the two signs are the same, then we get a positive answer, and if the two signs are different, then we get a negative answer. Okay, have a go at the next set of questions then, please. See how you get on. And do let me know. I am interested.